Hey, backtrack. He was asking if they serves back in the States. I think she got back last Wednesday, or she got back Wednesday, I think it was. Yeah, I don't know if she went back to work yet or not. Maybe she'll see this and come in here. I don't have that many come in anymore. I don't do them that often, so I don't have as many people joining. I get about 100 to 150 views, I guess, but yeah, it's true. But I thought about having a concert. I'm not very good with big words. A discussion today. A lot of people won't discuss politics, and I'm an independent. I've only voted once in my life. I know one side that I feel like's right, but I'd like to have somebody from the other side actually explain something to me so I can understand where they're coming from. If that makes sense. Maybe I'm looking at things wrong, So I'm, in a way, I'd like to have 10 or 15 people in here from different sides of the political aisle and have a discussion, an honest discussion, just to talk about it. It's never bothered me before, but I know with the economy right now, the last 3 years has been really bad for trucking or anybody. I do know Trump can be overwhelming sometimes because of the way our society is. It's very quiet and don't want to make no waves. And Trump would just blunt it out and say what he thinks sometimes. And that's the way I am. I know sometimes it ain't the right place to do it, but it happens. I mean, hey, Paula, You guys going to Bethany tonight, Paula? They're having a. I've seen they're having the sprint cars up there. It's pretty windy down here in Kansas today. Oh, he's not home yet. He's still down in Oklahoma, is he? He said that was only going to take a week. 2 weeks ago. I don't think that hurricane for Louisiana. I mean, power. Yeah, I didn't either. I haven't seen anything. I wouldn't want to go down and do storm chasing in Louisiana. It's hot and nasty down there. Hey, Joseph, Columbus, Ohio. You're right there by, I don't know if you know her, our treasured home. That's Nancy. She got a YouTube channel. She lives there in Columbus. Backtrack this, lives north of you. You off today, backtrack? Well, why ain't you out fishing then? Instead of playing on YouTube or doing your honeydew list. Oh, shoot. Well, have my girlfriend Jessica rub it for you, and it'll make it feel all well, and it'll go away. Just woke up. I woke up at 4, but I didn't want to work. It was cold. It was 60 degrees down here this morning in Oklahoma, and I went over and picked my trailer up, and I really didn't want to work today. So I took yesterday off. I drove from Amarillo up to Guyman. Oh, got some good drugs, huh? I actually couldn't sleep yesterday. I didn't feel very good. I guess I got sinuses now, what my wife is telling me. And she put some stuff in the truck here for sinuses and different things, and I never use them. But I took my medication last night, and then I took my vitamins, and I took the spray nasal stuff, and I took a pill, and about 9 o'clock I passed out. I finally relaxed and went to sleep. I'm doing good, Joseph. We'll up here and deliver this trailer today. Hi, Rita. And deliver this trailer, and I'm going home. Rita, since none of your girls are in here, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you mind me coming in and aggravating the ladies? Seems like some of them really like it, like Marla and a few others, Rhonda and Jonah. But I wanted to ask you because if you don't want me doing that, I'll stop. Well, I'm glad because I enjoy doing it. They get some, like we found out, the other night, about half of them's widows, and they just looking for a place to, have somebody to talk to. Looks like it's like me getting Nancy last night, asking her. I know you seen it, what the cat scale or cat scan was. I figured you'd catch it, but she didn't catch it. But Marla caught it, and somebody else. They say when you got to move your face around, expressions, and move your muscles around. And a frown, you don't get as many movements in your face as a smile or a laugh. So, well, thank you. I figured if I wasn't, you might tell me that you're kind of a nice person, and you don't really want to cause waves. So I didn't know if you would actually tell me or not. Now I did talk to Alfonso about some of the stuff he does on different channels. He's been on a couple others, so trying to get him to stop, you know, begging people to give him stuff. So I did talk to him about it. Help me, Rhonda. Hey, is there any? There's Piggy. Hey, Piggy, is there any single men in here, Christians? That RV quilter is looking for a man. I've been dropping her name and number everywhere I can. You guys help me out, post her out. She can cook, but she admits she's not the greatest cook, but she can make quilts and sew, and she likes to travel. And she is a very nice looking lady, like Rita said. We're taking applications, guys. Yep. Rita's going to read all the applications and look them over. So she's the mother hen or the queen hen. So submit your applications to Rita's Roost at BR549. There's a little motorcycle, almost looks like the one I think it was or Easy Rider. He's painted up. Rhonda, if you got your face on, you can come up and, you know, plead your case to these people for me. You know, there ain't that many people watch my videos, but a few. But we can get the word out. Maybe we can have you a boyfriend by Christmas. Hey, Coastal, I was talking to your husband yesterday while you was at work. I tried to see Panda, but I said she went with her grandparents, so I didn't get to see her. All right, backtrack. Yeah, that's what he said. They picked her up from school and snagged her, kidnapped her, and took off with her. So you don't have no kid at home. What are you two doing? Thank you, Joseph. It's just an old Peterbilt. No, it's not my favorite all time. It's nice, but uh, I've had two favorites. I had a W9 Kenworth in 2007. It wasn't mine though. That I drove for a guy. He bought it brand new. Had it made what I wanted. Stretched out. It looked black, but it was red. It's the darkest red you could get. And stretched out to 300-inch wheelbase. Had a Viper red frame on it. Dual stacked straight. I run California with it. But I think the best one that was mine, I had a Kenworth cab over, looked like the BJ and the Bear truck. But mine was black and silver. And the crankshaft broke, so I had to get rid of it. Couldn't afford to fix it, just bought a different one. This here one's a 389. It's a 2015. The 389 and 379 look a lot alike. I've owned almost every type of truck except a Mack. I've never owned a Mack. I have drove Mack. My first truck I started out with a cab over 73 cab over a single axle. I drove it everywhere. I had it all polished up, painted up. It wasn't fancy, but it was nice, clean. Then I had the needed a twin screw axles. I switched to a Freightliner, had two gear shifts in it. It didn't ride or run like the International did, but I could haul more. I do too. I wanted a cab over when I bought this one, but with my health, my wife didn't think it'd be good for me to climb in and out of. That's true. The car don't get you home, but it sure makes you feel good when you're sitting around. I gotta get this one polished. It needs it really bad. You know, backtrack. I worked for a place in Iowa City. We built highways as a construction company. I did oversized loads for them. I had a cab over Freightliner. It was from the Amanda Conley's. They set it up for plans. Man, they run. It had a air ride front axle, but spring rear axle, and that thing rode good. We went around building the Walmart distribution centers when they started building them years ago. Me and my dad worked there, and that truck was full, 100,000 gross weight, like there wasn't nothing back there. Believe it or not, the Kenworth that's sitting in the yard for sale actually rides better than this Peterbilt. They probably had that old spring ride Hendrickson suspension. Those would beat you to death. I loved in the wintertime. I grew up, my dad was a truck driver, so I grew up in a truck. I loved the cab overs, sleeping on the doghouse, so they'd be warm in the winter. Just sleeping on the doghouse, it'd be warm right there. It's padded, and the vibration of the motor, man, I could sleep for a long time on it. Yeah, when you're in a cab over, it's like you could fall forward, feels like. You hit the brakes, you wonder if it's going to come on over if you go on out the windshield. Be careful as accident prone you are, you'll get the hook stuck in your finger. Man, if you had some of them toys now, you'd have a lot of money. Them things are high now. The old ones, the old metal ones, man, that's true. You would catch something. I think this wind is horrible today. It hit me right in the side. We're not too far out of South Hutchinson, Kansas, up to where they make a lot of school buses. They got a great big factory up here. In Kansas. You guys hear Boeing went on strike? They're out of Kansas down in Wichita. They were saying on the news earlier, it'll cost for every month they're closed on strike. It'll cost them like $1.5 million while they're closed. They're trying to get a 40% raise in the next 4 years. I don't know what they make now, but I know they probably make pretty good money. Oh, I was talking about different things here in Kansas. I heard Boeing, the guys that make the big airplanes, went on strike yesterday. I mean, they went on strike. John Deere laid off like 300. There was another big company laid off a bunch of people. They said how many employees it was, but I forgot. A big bunch. So they're the machinists, I guess. I'm not sure. I used to haul out of Boeing or haul stuff into Boeing down in Wichita, and I don't really know that much about them. About like backtrack there. I like fishing, hunting, and racing cars. I do. I don't do it anymore. I'm getting too old. But I used to race dirt cars and drag race. Backtrack. He's got a little S10 working on. We talk about it a lot. That's true too. We don't just bother each other. We bother everybody. You can do the grumpy man, but not the old. My body's old, but I'm not old. I'm never going to grow up. I've been growing out, but I'm not growing up. Can't make me. I used to watch football until a couple years ago, and they started kneeling. I'm a veteran. And they started kneeling on the flag, and I had nothing to do with them. I live up north of Kansas City, and I really don't like the Chiefs. But most of the time, I'll aggravate people that, like if I go into, say, Cincinnati or Dallas, I'll go against them just to aggravate it. That's a pretty bad deal. I do listen a little bit. That's a bad deal that happened to that quarterback from Miami. I do listen to different things about it, but I don't follow anything really religious. Like I don't even know very many of the names anymore. 49ers starting to get a team again. For years they had a pretty good team when Montana was around, but then you never heard nothing about them. But they started last year getting in the news a little bit. They actually, I seen in the news the other day, there were some ball players, football players that knelt at one of the games, and somebody did something, made them stand up. I don't like the idea that they're talking about making it go overseas. They're doing the same thing to NASCAR, and I just don't think we need to be overseas. All it takes was one tragedy, and a couple of teams could get hurt or killed with the way the world is, and I just don't see taking a chance of going overseas, playing football or racing. NASCAR is going to go to Mexico City next year, and the guys all say they're escorted in and out of the track. Got escorts or security at the motels. They can't do nothing. Why go? How did you become a 49ers fan living in Ohio? You got Cincinnati and so many teams. You know, you're not far from Pittsburgh. You got so many teams right there around you. And you're not too far from the uh oh that oh nice not museum, the where they got all the trophies and tells about. I can't think of the dang word. Hall of Fame. You're not too far from the Hall of Fame either. Hi Gladys. Rhonda and Rita were in here. I don't know if they're still in here or not. You guys see some of these ladies coming in. I go over. Miss Rita's got the Rita's Roost and the Quilted Chicken channels, and she does a live quite a bit. And I'm in there aggravating them, so they've been coming over here. Oh, this is South Hutchinson, Kansas. I looked this morning. The Rita sometimes comes on real early, and when I was hooking my trailer up, I looked to see if she was going to come live this morning. I was going to ride with her, but Terry must have got up early this morning. somebody wants to come up, you guys are all welcome to come up. I think I got the blank pin at the top. Well, if you don't want to come up, tell Jessica she can come up. Tell her she can sing to me. I know she knows a lot of songs. There's nobody watching, Jessica. You can come on here. I mean, look at your old man and me. We make fools out of ourselves all the time. Just think, Jessica, one of these days we might get discovered and be world famous. You know, you have to start somewhere. I mean, Miss Rita, she got discovered. She has a chance. She filled out an application. There was somebody invited her to a TV show, Southern Cooking, and she could win $10,000 on it. And they seen her doing her cooking on her YouTube channel. So you never know who's watching. I did buy a Powerball ticket and a Mega Millions ticket when I got fuel back there. So heck, I could be a millionaire tonight. I'm going to disown all my kids. I'm already retarded, but it'd be nice to retire, but I don't know what I do. One thing I wanted to do when I was younger, though, if I had the money, and I still might be able to do it, I want to go around because I see all these old cars sitting everywhere. Like have somebody follow me around. I don't want to load them or have to mess with them, but hire a couple guys to have a big truck and trailer, go around buy all these old cars, and then have me a great big shop. I mean, say 100 acres with a big shop, couple big ones, and hire some guys to do body work, mechanical work, and just kind of restore old cars that are just sitting out in the weeds. Something like an antique junkyard, what I called it. I always wanted to do that. I see so many cars sitting around different ways. Down in Arkansas, there's a lot of them down there where Rita and Rhonda's at. You go up and down the 2-lane highways down in Arkansas, there's a lot of cars and pickups. Oh, that's Miss Rita.
Yeah. It's just me. Terry went up to help the son pick up. It's just me. Oh, that's me. I mean, Terry went up to. Forgot to do that. I've had to get out my seam ripper. I've got to rip out 2 of them long strips.
Oh no!
I know it. I'm glad I caught it now because I can fix it. It'll take me a few minutes, but I can fix it.
Gladys is saying hi to you.
Hello, Gladys. Let's see. Hi, Gladys. Yeah. Put the wrong size one in there.
least you didn't wait till you got it all together before you found it.
Yeah, no, it's kind of going together in sections. So at least I found it before all the sections got together, because they wouldn't have all fit. Because this one strip would have messed them all up.
Rhonda said hello to you too.
Hello, Rhonda. Come on up and join us, Rhonda. Look at me. I hadn't even combed my hair this morning. I've been working on this thing, and I ought to go be doing something more constructive. But anyway, and I said Terry's went up to help Justin pick up eggs, and we wasn't going to do that. Remember?
Yep. Talking's into it, huh?
Yeah, Terry just can't stay out there. I don't think. Not all the time. So
all the years that he's done it, it's kind of hard to just walk away, I think.
Yeah, because he just wants to know what the numbers are. Because we keep track of, or they keep track of all that, how many eggs and how much they come up, or all that stuff. And I guess he just gotta know what's going on. I don't miss it though. Dropping my seam ripper. Where'd it go?
You have a lot of other stuff that keep you busy though. Terry's
Yes.
still the farmer and chicken raiser though.
Yeah.
It's hard once you're in a routine of doing something for years to break it.
Yeah. Yeah, I still get up pretty early in the mornings. Terry, he's not getting up as early as what he used to, but he don't sleep good at night. His old hips just don't let him get much rest, and so if he goes to sleep, and if he's sleeping good in the morning when it's time to get up, he'll sleep a little later. But his
with me, my head messed up all night long, and about 4 to 6 o'clock seems like I get the best sleep, and it's time to get up.
That's kind of the way he's doing, but there's no reason we have to get up nowadays. But so sometimes I just get up and let him sleep. Got one off loose. That didn't take too long. Now if I can get this other.
You're supposed to be in bed. You told me you were going to bed.
Well, yeah, if you've been up all night, you need to be sleeping, Shannon.
She actually was off last night.
Oh, all right.
But she was up. She still stays up on her nights off and does housework or laundry, and she makes meals for during the week. Oh, she's in bed watching. Oh, just keeping an eye on me.
Hi, Shannon. We keep an eye on Randy for you when you're asleep. We can't keep him out of trouble, though. Chilly. It's just almost chilly weather, ain't it? I hadn't made any yet, but
she makes a lot. She calls it caveman chili. It's actually pretty good flavor. There's no beans in it.
Okay.
And she makes a great big. She dices up her peppers and onions. Sometimes I do that for her when I'm sitting there from home. And she makes a great big pot and then freezes it, and then she can just throw it in the microwave or on the stove when she's getting ready at night to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it kind of convenient.
Yeah.
Oh, she's making a quilt. These ladies,
Yeah,
Joseph, make
yeah.
quilts,
It's
homemade quilts.
but I've messed up one of these strips. I'm having to rip it off, take it out, and put a different size in there. And this thing's huge. This is a king size, so it's gonna be a big old quilt. And I don't even have a king size bed. So. But those other ladies that are making one too, I can't let them get ahead of me.
You've been going pretty fast on this one.
I have been. Yeah, my house looks like it too. Because I haven't been doing anything but this hardly every chance I get.
Yeah, that if you watch Miss Rita there, she's got a channel, and Monday night, Wednesday night, and a lot of other times she goes live, and she'll have 100 ladies in there that
Well, it's
does
now
quilts.
I don't have 100, but we'll hit 75 and 80 pretty easy.
Yep.
They just enjoy. Well, they just want the company. We don't talk about anything specific, just whatever comes up in conversation. Sometimes we talk about old men. So
Yeah, it's a fun, relaxing, no drama time.
yeah, that's what we try to make it. Yeah.
Rhonda's cutting up vegetables. She's in the kitchen.
We've got some leftovers. I've got some beans and cornbread and even leftover fried taters. I'm gonna heat up for our lunch here in a few minutes. It's getting pretty. It's 11:30. It's a few minutes before lunchtime, but not long. All right, I've got it ripped apart. Let me see if I can find the one that needs to go in there.
I like cold fried taters for breakfast and put mustard on them.
Okay. I don't think we've ever done that. I never had
Especially if they're
that.
fried taters and onions.
Yeah, I love fried taters and onions, but I'm out of onions, so I have to go to the grocery store. Don't even have no onions here. Other than, I guess, maybe some dried ones, but all right, let me decide where I need to be. Look at my book. That might help.
Pork chops and applesauce, Shannon. We're going to have meatloaf tonight. It's got pork, beef, and lamb, I think she told me, in it.
Mm.
I'll get it for you, Joseph. It's Rita's Roost.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've got two channels, and both of them's doing okay.
Yeah. Yeah, her main one is Rita's Roost. Let's see if I can grab my other phone here. I'll drop the link.
Well, you don't have to do that.
Joseph wants to subscribe to you.
But you need to look at the road.
There ain't nobody in front of me right now. There you go, Joseph.
So
Kid left. So it's all quiet. Oh, Robert went to work. Did he clean your brooder house out, Shannon?
I'll mute myself a minute.
Oh, okay. Heck, you could call Tabitha and have her come over. She cleaned it last time. I think it was. Well, send her a message on Facebook. It needs clean. So Joseph subscribed to you, Rita. I know you can hear me. You don't have to answer.
Yeah. Thank you, Joseph.
He's from out there where Nancy lives. He's in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay. So are you going to be home to sew with us to get your sewing machine out, Randy?
I'm going to try to. I'm going to be home today.
Okay.
If not, maybe I'd make a video doing it.
Okay.
I need to practice up because I want to make that feel like you did for the Navy people. That flag thing you made.
Yeah.
I want to make one of them for my aunt, the Air Force one.
Okay.
She's not doing very good. I told Shannon, I told Rita and the girls about that one. I didn't know if you shared it on Facebook or not. They took ribbons that people won like at the state fairs, and they made a quilt out of them.
I quit. Well, I don't have no ribbons now. We used to enter stuff in the fair, but I quit. We quit that after the kids got bigger. We didn't do that anymore. They used to have 4-H ribbons and all kinds of ribbons.
Yeah, somebody made a great big quilt out of them. Shannon showed me the other day on Facebook. It's one way to keep your memories.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. All right. I think I fixed my mistake.
But Shannon, your quilt would be all second places. You wouldn't have no blue ribbons.
Sad.
Seems like every time she goes and does something, she always gets second place.
This quilt is taking up 2 walls in my kitchen here in the dining room. Oh. It's sewing as hard as it looks. It's hard for some people. Yeah, you have to pay attention to what you're doing.
Especially when you're sewing multi-pieces of fabric together and you want them all to line up. I'm making something like that right there. And right now, I'm trying to follow that chart. So I've got making sections. Hey, Mary. Go over to the stove for just a minute. I'm headed home finally, but I got to stop and drop the load off in Edgerton, Kansas, just south of Kansas City, and then I'm going to go on home. I got some tests Monday on my kidney, so I got to be home Monday. I walked out of the heart doctor. He made me mad.
Oh.
He was a foreigner, and he was wanting to push me to do this and this, and I go, no, I'm not doing that and that. Well, you have to. I go, no, I don't. I walked out.
I kind of think doctors push for too much tests sometimes. Sometimes you need them, sometimes I think they're just looking for revenue. So
he did the nurse did the EKG on me, and I had one done 12 years ago when I had my stroke, and it looked the same. Every time they listen to my heart, everything sounds fine. But he wanted to go to a 2-day stress test, and then he talked about doing it where they stick a tube up in you and look at all your arteries. I go, no, I'm not doing that. My test on my liver, all they're going to do is an ultrasound and blood work. So that ain't so bad. It's only one day, so.
I'm driving too. I'm driving the sewing machine.
How many bobbins of thread does it take to make a quilt?
Oh, I don't know. I've never counted. This one's taken a lot, though. I can tell that the spool of thread up here, just the spool of thread's getting smaller and smaller the more I sew on this one.
Well, Mary, I'm glad I can get you out of the house. If I knew where you lived, I could drive by and just give you a ride.
I think Mary in California.
When I first started doing YouTube, stop at me. Oh, I don't go to California no more. What part of California you at, Mary? I used to live out there. I got friends still out there, but my truck, I can't bring it into California.
Huh.
I lived up by Sacramento for a while in the 80s, and then I lived at Fairfield, and then I lived down by LA, Sacramento area. Yeah, I was in stationed in McCullen in 81. I lived on Marconi Avenue. I used to call it macaroni.
Macaroni, yeah, that would. I've never been to California, but I've never been no place. But that's okay.
If everything goes right, you might be going to Kentucky.
Oh, New Orleans is where that contest is. Yeah. But I don't know. I ain't heard nothing else back from them. So I ain't. And if I don't, that's okay because I was dreading it anyway. And if they would have picked us, I'd have kind of hated to turn down the chance just to go do that. But if they don't pick me, then I don't have to worry about
it.
How long have I been into sewing? Well, I've sewed probably my whole life, but when there was a busy time in my life where I didn't sew, back when the kids were smaller and doing things. So I sewed and then I quit and I started back again. So a long time.
Mary's been across the country twice, back and forth. So she actually been out of California.
Yeah.
She's probably got her kicks on Route 66.
This quilt's a long way from being done, but I'd
I
kind
was
of
watching another channel. They're going to a picnic over in Kentucky. They're out of the people I know is Lisa and Jesse. They drive and do videos. They're retired, and they went through Hope, Arkansas, and it was really raining down there. Rain must have been just south of you.
Okay, we didn't get much, but I'm a pretty long ways from Hope, I think. Is that the southeast part of the state? Maybe. Uh-oh. We lost Randy, but I'm still here. Where did he go? Now you're back. We lost you there for a second.
Yep. Yeah, I was saying Jesse and Lisa went from Houston to Kentucky for a meetup, and they were down at Hope, and there's a lot of rain down there by Hope, Arkansas.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess a lot of YouTube channels do them meetups like that. Go camp out for a long stay. That's not me. I don't ever leave the farm.
Rhonda's talking to you.
Yeah, I did. I had to rip out one strip. I put the wrong size strip in there, so I had to rip both sides of it down and put a strip back in at the right size. But it went pretty quick. I've got it fixed. If I don't find another one that I've messed up.
It's Rhonda.
Rhonda. Let's all sing.
Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda.
There we go.
Yeah.
Always forget to fix that problem. I took a shower and everything, washed my hair, and didn't put makeup on afterwards.
You thought there might be some bachelors in here.
Oh no! If I did, I'd have fancied myself up.
I didn't fancy myself up. I've already got a man. I'm not looking for one. So.
Yeah, well, I'm not really looking.
Oh, and Rhonda, we're going to tease you about that now. You know that, don't you? So don't.
I can take it.
Okay.
I'm not teasing. I'm going to find her one.
I did start talking to a guy that I really like yesterday. Again, he contacted me, so I'm not chasing or anything. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. We enjoy good conversation.
Well, yeah.
Rhonda, that's how me and Shannon met. She actually was a truck driver, and I passed her going down the highway out in Arizona, and she asked where I was going so fast, and I stopped to take a shower, and she was running team with another lady, and I stopped, took a shower, and we sat and talked for a while, and then we talked on the phone. That's back when the phones had roaming charges, and one of us had a $1,500 phone bill, one had a $2,000 phone bill for a month, and I think I'm going out.
Oh, wow.
And so I told her we got to ride in the same truck. Then I got stuck with her.
How sweet. Oh, that's sweet.
She got stuck with you, Randy.
I know it.
And now, Rhonda, now we're stuck with Randy on these lives. You know that?
Yeah. I had a brother named Randy. Yeah.
He's probably a pretty cool guy too.
He's no longer with us, but he passed away young, but he was a bass singer. I'm in a singing family, and he was a deep, beautiful bass singer. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. There we go. Matter of fact, our family, we're singing we're all meeting on the 30th of September. We have a singing in a park on Tuesday, the 1st.
Are you going to video it for us?
Hope it's not raining. If you're gluttons for punishment, sure.
We'll watch.
No. We will. We'll watch it.
Sounds like fun. Every now and then we get.
Are you meeting in Central Arkansas someplace, or up toward Fort Smith? Where are you meeting at?
Around Fort Smith. Yeah. And get together. We always have so much fun when we get together. So I'm still working on my border here, sewing more of these together. When I get a bunch of it, I'm going to start sewing it on here.
On there, yep.
I think I'm still happy with it. Colorful.
It's turning out nice.
you. Thank you. I've got all the pieces here. Let me show you. On my table, just sewing them all together. Piano keyboarder, it's called. Could be called something else, but I heard it was piano key.
Piano key. Mm-hmm.
See.
Mary, I'm sorry. You come in here to see the country, and you're seeing two old ladies. So I'm sorry.
But look at that old ugly flatland he's driving through, though. You got to go to the Ozark Mountains to see something pretty. So.
Nice to meet you, Joseph.
I'm kind of partial to hills and trees and mountains and such.
Me too. I'd rather see the trees and grass. I don't like the desert.
Gladys, you still in here? Are you in here sewing? You need to come up and talk to Randy too. Don't know if she's still here or not, but
Rita and I have rode a lot of miles together over the last couple years.
couple years, yeah. Every once in a while, there'll be an old live stream show up there on the YouTube channel, and I'll look at the date, and I thought, dang, that's a long time ago. And you know, Randy, we've connected a lot of other people together with each other on channels too.
Yeah, our channels are two different type of channels, but we cross people back and forth.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we got Janie Jane that's from the UK. We got several that's from different places.
Yeah. And we've never met, but I feel like I know you.
Yeah, I drove by, but I ain't had a chance to stop and meet you yet.
They're old, Mary Webbs. They are old, not me. You'll be 65 in December. Uh-oh. So I'm older than you, Mary Webb.
Yeah, I'm 66. Just turned 66.
I'll be 66 in November is what I'll be.
I'm the young'un then, because I just turned 64 in June.
I'll have to throw myself an online YouTube birthday party is what I'll have to do.
You're just a baby. I'll put it on my quilt there. Pretty picture. I always like to open people's pages, and in the background, if they see a pretty quilt, it makes me happy. Okay, hold on just a second.
Joseph, you're about the same age as Backtrack. It was in here earlier.
Yeah, I've got kids that young.
I do too.
Well, thank you, Joseph. He says great sewing work.
They've run a lot of material through their machine.
And I've got an awful lot of unfinished stuff too, though. Oh, this one's not done. My favorite thing to do is start a new project, even if the old ones ain't done.
Oh, Carol's here.
Hey, Cheryl. Cheryl, I know you're sewing. Come on up and sew with us. We'll all drive sewing machines while Randy drives. But I'm going to go because I see my husband driving up out there. So I'm going to sign off. I'll talk to you later, Randy and Rhonda and everybody.
Right.
Okay, bye now.
Get Terry's lunch made. That way you're not in the doghouse. I hate these turnarounds, turnabouts, or whatever.
Always. Yes.
Yep, they are, Mary. They're a pain. They don't make them big enough for trucks, so you got to run over the curbs a little bit. And some people don't understand who has the right of way. There's the next one of them we come to is up here at Emporia, Kansas. We're 42 miles away from it, and there's like 3 highways and an interstate. The toll road comes together, and people don't understand what lane they got to be in to get on which highway. Oh, you don't have a microphone? Oh, you'll have to get you a different setup if you're able to, and come up. Makes the time go by faster when you're doing something. I used to do this every day, Joseph. I don't do it as often anymore, but for a year I did almost every day, 4 hours a day. Rhonda, are you frozen? Nope, there you're moving.
Right.
Kick rocks.
Hey, Randy, I'm going to let you go,
Okay.
and I'll see you later. Talk to y'all later.
All right. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, it is. It's a little windy up here right now. It's really, it's not 28 degrees. Rhonda probably got a phone call from her friend. I heard a man's voice. – 72 up at the house. Mary, I don't know if you know, but that's my wife, that white shoulder farmstead. That's my wife, Shannon. Rita's always talking about her. Yeah, me too, Joseph. She lost her husband about 6 years ago, and seems like a really nice lady. cooking your pork chop. What are you going to do? Go outside and play with the dog? I mean, that's the way the dog would like you, unless you got a pork chop tied around your neck. Speaking of dogs, is the dog loose yet? Or have you looked? I'm really sorry to hear that. Sometimes kind of old, so if you got to do a lot of things you want to do, you eat too much cake, you'll start looking like me. I wouldn't mind having like a German chocolate cake or a blueberry pie. But I don't know anybody knows how to bake in my house. I like German chocolate too. That's one of my favorites. But I usually eat it most of the time. I get it, make it. You don't have to make me sweet. I'm already sweet, babe. I'm the sweetest person you know. We were talking about German chocolate cake on Doritos last night. Better be nice. I'll have Jessica cut your fishing lines or super glue them together. You know, that'd be a pretty good trick to somebody. Take a bottle of super glue and dump it on their fishing lines. Yep, you would. go to cast out and have a great big weight or lure on there and it just boing, don't go nowhere. I'm not dumping them. Have Jessica do it. Heck, you can't catch a fish anyway, so there ain't no need reeling in and reeling out or casting out. I just wears your arm out. I got another one, Jessica, for you. Get some of your perfume and dump them on his fishing rods. That way, when he's out there in the woods with his buddies and it smells of perfume, and they'll wonder what he's doing. I'm not home yet. Every time I go home, somebody's wanting me to get hit. She hits me by herself. She doesn't need no help. She's got a voodoo doll on me that she's always poking pins in it and stuff while I'm out here on the road. So I never pick on you. At least I made you blue. You can't even make me blue. Well, it only took you 4 months. I want blue because up in the air run, he doesn't like me no more, so I was afraid I was going to get blocked. I don't pick on nobody. Like I said, I'm the sweetest guy anybody would ever know. Nope, I don't like her. She makes me work. I want to stay home like you and go fishing every night. Looks like we might get a shower up here. I got them all pulled except one. I bought Fireball and a Mega Ball a while ago when I got fuel there at Pratt. Paula said earlier, if I hit, I can retire. Yep, I could use a rinse. It's not really dirty. It's dusty. It could use a rinsing job though. I gotta save my money though, 'cause I got an overweight ticket this week. I haven't had one in a long time. $250 for an overweight ticket in Oklahoma. So for your two's information, I'm not. I went yesterday. Did you guys see what Rita did? She seen her husband driving up the driveway, so she got off YouTube to go fix him lunch, have it ready for him. Man, that's what you do. All you women should do. You know, when you see your old man driving up, quit what you're doing and take care of him. I am, huh? She's got a bobcat. She could make me disappear. She knows how to operate it. Well, I hope if I'm not on or nobody sees me anywhere, they actually come look for me once in a while. Well, Joseph, we try to aggravate and have fun in here. Try not to take anything too serious. $17 miles to Emporia. I didn't figure you would. But you're lying about that, though, because you're baking a meatloaf. You can't fry a meatloaf. You got to bake it. Okay. Thanks, Mike. Most time I think they're boring to myself, but I try to make it a little bit enjoyable writing. There's a lot of guys do this, drive down the road in the trucks, and they never say a word to the people in the chat. I think if you take the time to come in somebody's video or live, you ought to recognize them or, you know, talk to them or something. I try to make it an open forum so people can talk about whatever they want. Like I had the ladies on a while ago, they're sewing, and we talked about our cars and fishing and just whatever's on somebody's mind. We talked about football earlier here. Joseph's in here. He's a 49ers fan, and I was listening to Fox News earlier, and I guess Alabama's in Wisconsin today. They were talking about that game going on. I don't follow the NFL much, but I do listen about the college football. I don't watch much of it, but I do try to listen to it. Different things, what's going on. OHIO. Oh, 21-3. Wow. I thought it'd be closer than that. I know Alabama came in with a two touchdown lead, the forecast, but man, I didn't think Alabama would be doing as good this year as they have in the past. Missed two of them? Dang. They need to get a better kicker then. Yeah, the way the news was talking about the game this morning, they thought it was going to be a lot closer. I mean, it's not over yet, but that was a bad deal on that Miami quarterback getting another head injury, concussion. His career might have been over after the game the other night. They were saying he's had 4 concussions. clouds are getting thicker. I hope it's not raining when I drop this trailer. Well, it is Saturday. I guess I could have my shower. Not till 2:30. I've since the movie Rudy, I've kind of rooted for Notre Dame just because of the movie. I really liked that movie. What part of the country are you in, Mike? Two 2015. Got 1,272,000 miles on it. Well, we're in Emporia, Kansas. 83 miles to go. Oh, yep, bunches of times. It's mechanical and got a lot of miles, so it's going to break. It ain't been as bad as my last truck, but I've had a few small issues. Nothing major. I got a Kenworth sitting in the yard. Last 2 years, I spent over $60,000 on repairs in it. Listen, feel. You can feel sometimes. You can hear the different sounds. And then all the gauges you got, you can tell something's going wrong. Most of it is feel. You can hear, the sounds or whatever when something's acting up. And then physically, when you're parked, get out and look at it. Walk around, look for oil leaks or whatever. I've got 15 gauges that tell me something's going, what's normal. so you can tell if something's heating up or. Then sometimes they just break and quit, and you don't have no idea what's going on. Especially some of the newer ones with all the computer stuff on them. That stuff don't give you no warnings. Oh, bad bump. North of Kansas City, up by St. Joseph, Missouri. Where are you from? Oh, you're in Odessa? You're not far from us. Yeah, we live outside of St. Joe. Yeah, they got a new Love's out there. I actually worked for a guy there at Big City, uh, GD Winter. Uh, when you're at the Love's, he's not in business no more, but I used to work there years ago. That's where me and Shannon met when I was working there. Kind of hard. The road's all bumps. That was a bridge. Heck, Shannon, Mike's down there by where Popeye's Chicken's at. He can get you some Popeyes. Oh, that's cool. There's a lot of money in that if you do it the right way. Depends on what you're recycling. I've been watching a new YouTuber. It's called Mr. Diggs. He runs a landfill area, but they're getting into more recycling of different things out there at the landfill. Hey, Alvin. Alvin, you should be at football. Oh, okay. I knew you should be at Saturday. I had a friend years ago used to walk up down the highways picking up aluminum cans, and I used to do pretty good at it. I worked at a long time ago, been long time ago, a small recycling. We would take and bring in. People would bring cans in. We had a machine that would smash it and stuff. Oh, that's really nice of you. Wow, you probably had your coat on, Alvin. Now that weather thing came up. It wasn't working the other day. Nightbox, that's being kind of crazy. Whoa, no cussing on here, Alvin. I ain't ready for the snow yet. It was cooler over here, though. I started out in Pratt, Kansas, or Pratt, Oklahoma. No, Guyman, Oklahoma. I've come up to Pratt, and it was 60 degrees down there this morning. You got fires up in your area? I know they're down south. I thought it was all down around L.A. The fires was. I didn't know you had any up by you. You're right, Joseph. Oh, I hadn't heard anything about it up there. I heard a bunch of talking about it when Trump was out there. They were talking about the fires down south, but I didn't hear him say anything about any up there. Alabama usually has a really good football team. I don't know how come they can always get the good players, but they do. Oh, I thought you guys had got quite a bit of rain this year, because you wouldn't have as many fires. But they don't do no management. That's what's wrong with out there. They, the put in the fire roads, but they don't go out and do any control burning and cleaning. Oh, okay. I thought you guys got more rain this year than you usually do. But they don't go out there. The forestry don't. They don't spend no money to, to manage it. Was it set by somebody or a lightning strike? Yeah, I know our grass is still green. Some of the people got 5 cuttings of hay in our area this year. We got so much rain. Yeah, a lot of people don't. It's like in the Midwest, you don't hear lightning strikes causing fires as much as they do out there, but they don't understand, that the lightning can hit the ground and start fires like that. Oh, you tag teamed, are you? Heck, your mother-in-law shows about time to go fishing, I'd say. Good, I was talking about you. Yeah, you're right, Alvin. It's especially in some of these newer cars, where the catalytic converters and stuff get so hot. some of these big trucks got the exhaust just blows on the ground now, and you be going down the interstate right here, and you be seeing little fires, and they're throwing out little sparks as they when they're regen and they get real hot. If the grass is really dry, it don't take much to start a fire. Well, the skies are breaking up now. Maybe I'm not going to get washed. At least it looks like I'm going to be dry. Unhooking. You might have heard me, Shannon. You just don't pay attention to me. I got extra Q-tips so you guys can clean your ears out. Windshield's actually pretty clean today. Got some little bitty bugs, but no great big splatters. What's true? You listen, but you don't pay attention. Yeah, right. She hardly ever gets in the truck, let alone do anything to it. I've been trying to get her to white wall my tires. All right, went past Blue Beacon. You know, I haven't seen a lot lizard a long time. They did away with them. I can't remember the last time I seen one. I know I can't afford them. I can't afford the one I got. That's what I was thinking. There's so many devices anymore. Because they're not just standing out at the rest areas of truck stops no more. But they're probably out there some way. Oh, is that how you make extra money? Driving the Uber car around? She has been looking for another job. She'd have a better chance at the escort because her driving sucks. All right, guys, I've been on here over 3 hours. I'm going to shut this down. I'm not too far from where I'm going to deliver this trailer, so you guys have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.